age groups. Yes.
And
many of these have families that love them and miss them.
It's important to note that this is not a San Luis Obispo County problem. It's not just a California problem.
Exactly.
This is a nationwide problem.
This is a system-wide problem, whether it's DHS, CPS. You know, each state has their own name for the system. But so when
I
we say
call it
CPS,
New World Order.
well, when we say CPS, we're talking about the whole system. I mean, we've got was it South Dakota, the 46%.
Yeah, 46%
of the children in the county are in the Child Protective System.
46% is just a staggering figure.
It is, absolutely. It's ridiculous.
California has the highest amount
Do we know
of funds coming in. I haven't checked the percentage of children in the system.
So if they have the highest amount of funds, then they must therefore have the highest amount of children, because it's directly related to the number of children is your funding.
I know.
Right, and California actually in 2001 and 2002 was awarded millions of dollars in bonuses, and then in 2003 as well, they didn't get quite as much. Well, in subsequent years, those numbers turned down. What happens is, if they can increase the number of children through the system that they place, they get a performance bonus. And this is a federal money that comes in.
Your incentive
So
funds.
if they can do that and increase that number each year, they get a bonus. Well, what happened in subsequent years, California had done all this performing, they couldn't keep up that level. Well, they need to do, a couple of thousand kids placement each month, or I'm sorry, each year, in order to get federal funds. That's their target. And so that's why systems like San Luis Obispo County and wherever else in California are being very aggressive to turn over these numbers, because otherwise the state is giving them that money but taking back their general funds. Their budget is shot.
So that's important to realize, that we're talking about the people who are doing this investigating. Their job, their paycheck, and their future are directly connected to the number of people they bring into the system.
It's all about the money.
So it's incentive. It's not
and
what's
social
in the best
workers,
interest of the child. It's what's in the best interest of keeping their job.
Even the training material that they give to the social workers, it talks about that. Know your target population and training. It funds. It's all about the funds.
And I'm not even willing to point the finger at the individual worker, even though there are going to be those that I need to keep my job. I'm going to point it to the administration, because the administration is going to push them to perform. So you have some very good people that go into social work
with all
that care. They care,
Yeah.
but they get into a system that is so bland and so set in ceremony and procedure that they're going to have to give in and just do what they're told.
Most of them don't last. Most of them last 2 years and then they get out.
Well, it's a hard job anyway, because you're dealing with one of our most precious commodities, children, the emotions of family, etc. I can see where if I were in that type of work, I'd have sleepless nights. I don't think I could do that.
If you know that you're wrecking a home, then it's got to weigh heavily on you. And they may go in and believing they're doing the right thing. They may go in and just be sadistic. Who knows? But the thing is, it's happening. They're ruining homes that may not otherwise have to be ruined. The assessment, kids are not being put into CASA right away.
Social workers are taking kids home with them. Yes.
So the court-appointed special advocates are supposed to be able to see these children, make an assessment. They need to see them right away before they can get into the system and be further traumatized. They're put into foster homes where they end up with just as many abuse problems. There's one home, I have some information here about a home where they were keeping so many kids, they had them in cages.
I think I read about that.
And how can you keep kids in cages and be a foster parent?
But yet they still kept on giving them kids.
And they kept on giving them kids. Their justification was, well, the numbers are there because they're taking homes from different counties. As long as we're only housing so many, it's okay. But they were reported, and it still had not been dealt with. There are lawsuits. San Bernardino County, class action lawsuit because of damages, because of problems that they're causing in households. Children are coming out of foster homes, not finishing high school, coming out pregnant, coming out, the numbers in prison.
70%.
Yeah, the numbers are 50 to 70% of inmates.
Of inmates have gone through the foster...
Have been foster children, I mean, the numbers are phenomenal. What is going on with this system, instead of going through the process of getting counseling for the families, they're taking them apart and doing like they did to Kathleen, telling her to go to counseling, telling the daughter to go to counseling.
Separate.
Yeah.
If we have an issue, it should be joint counseling.
You
So-
cannot heal in that situation. We're here because CPS needs to be reformed and people don't realize it. They don't know the money that's going into it. They don't know the work that's going into it, the resources. You know, certain funds are being diverted out of the Social Security funds. It is all going to a system that's either corrupt in some cases or just fouled in other cases.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's take a little bit of a break, give you a chance to get your some more paperwork out to give us some more figures, because the numbers are startling. And again, I think it's fair to say on behalf of all of us, we're not attacking individuals, we're attacking a system that needs to be taken a look at. This is our money, our community money, and our children and our families that are being separated, in some cases, unnecessarily. So we're going to do that and also give you a chance to find some places where you can gather your own information about this. You don't have to take our word for it. But we'll do that right after this.